will lead by example. I will lead from the front. I am not a general that is 40 miles behind the lines back at the chateau drinking the port, much as I enjoy port. But I will lead by example, and I will do that if I'm leader of this party again.
Well, to be honest, I've lost count of how many leaflets I've stuck through doors, but this one went down quite well. I gather that was quite popular, the Mini Manifesto. We did a similar one in South Suffolk, which is based around the policies, and we just put the candidate on the front. It's the standard one on the policies on the interior, and that goes through doorways very easily, through the letterboxes very easily. So yeah, thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of leaflets. I have been working, campaigning for 25 years in politics. I know I don't look old enough, but there you go. Yes, you know, it's obviously very important, but it's the messaging that matters. It's having the policies that matter, because that's what makes you relevant, because all the polls show that unless you're talking about health and education and crime and the economy, you're not relevant to these local and Assembly and Westminster elections.
So our next question, still on the subject of grassroots, but this time more a question about what the candidates will do for the grassroots. From Ray Adams, just got London region down. What specific measure would you propose for giving the grassroots members more connection with the decision-making process of the AEC? Tim Collins.
Well, there was a motion at the Torquay conference on this, I think that the most important thing is to respect the views of the party democracy. That if the views of the party are that all regions should have people on the NEC, then that's what should hold. I would like to know more really about how I'm very open about this. I'm to some extent a new boy in this party, and I think it does need some new blood. I'd like to find out more about how the NEC works, but I'll listen to what the party wants, what the party democracy wants, as we have at the Torquay conference. Thank you.
Is that me already?
Yeah.
That's quick, man. Listen, now, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Chairman, could you just repeat that question? I kind of lost track on what you had to say.
Just asking what the grassroots members, how you give the grassroots members greater involvement with
I know where you're coming from now. Listen, I propose these policy groups. Now, the policy groups will form a strong basis for this party to come forward. As I said to you, I travelled all over the place during this past year and a half and physically visited people who were disillusioned by the way the party's run. So many group chairmen have gone away from the party. The branches have completely split up and are no longer interested. If we can form these policy groups and include you, the members, who are the real experts, you're the ones who are out there disenfranchised, disenchanted, and want to see change. If we can form these policy groups, that will be the basis, the foundation of our way forward. Thank you.
Depends a bit, Ray, how well run your region is. There are several of the regions where the branches get together and they elect a representative for the county, and that county representative sits on that regional committee, and when those chains of command actually, or chains of information actually work, then I think the grassroots do feel involved. The difficulty is we're dealing with people, and no system is perfect. Maybe what you're leading to is, should the NEC have a representative from each region? And that was what was being debated at Torquay. There's a problem with that, because if the North East, with 500 members, has a representative, the South East, with nearly 4,000 members, is going to say, well, that's not fair, we need 2 or 3 representatives. And, I don't mind which way the party goes on this, but my one warning is, if we go down the route of having representation per region, we'll probably finish up with an NEC with more than 20 people, and I just question whether that's manageable. The current way we do it is we vote for the NEC in terms of ability, and at the moment we've got as good a NEC and as united a NEC as this party has ever had.
I agree with Nigel about that NEC. I mean, it should be down to ability, I think, and it's already 6 hours it goes on for 6 hours, would you believe, every time. What I would suggest is the NEC has the ability to create committees of itself, like the political committee is a committee of the NEC, with formal powers. What I'm suggesting is a committee of the UK, where all the regions are represented, maybe chaired by a councillor who's backing me, Henry Riley from Northern Ireland, just to give the message that Northern Ireland matters as well. But that could be a formal committee of the NEC that would give recommendations and reports directly back to the NEC, and you could have the party leader, the party chairman come and hear out the opinions expressed through that committee of the UK. Thank you.
Okay, the next question from Victor Chisholm. Is there any point in UKIP debating a voting system which will inevitably be the worst for us when chosen? Better to prepare for the worst case scenario and have a plan ready. So I think that's to Winston Mackenzie first, please.
Well, quite frankly, I think this idea of AV is quite fantastic, really, in my eyes. I think it's quite tantalising. If the Liberal Democrats and Robin the Boy Wonder can get into number 10 and have a say on the way the country runs, then I feel that we should be looking towards that. AV is very important. Take it on board. The first past the post system is, for us, no good. I don't think it's great at all. And at the end of the day, it depends, if there is a referendum on AV, it depends on the question asked. We could, I suppose, come out the wrong side of the fence and fall into some sort of trap. But where we stand at the present moment, with some 16,000 members, I believe, we've got nothing to lose. Let's go for AV. That's my idea.
Yeah, I mean, the party's position is we'd like AV plus as opposed to AV, because AV plus is a proportional system as opposed to AV, which is a preferential system. All right? I understand that, but hey, there is no chance of AV plus happening. None whatsoever. Because the vast majority of parliamentarians will want to keep the status quo because it suits them. So there's no chance, zero chance, of AV plus amendments going through, much as at this stage we must be seen to be asking for it. The question is, what will the UKIP leader do come the referendum next year? Personally, I will stand on the side of supporting the switch to AV. I think first past the post is completely outdated. It's not working. If you're a socialist in Esher, what is the point on a drizzly Thursday afternoon of going to vote when you know your vote won't register? At least with AV, there will be a change to the system, and once it's changed once, it can change again. And that would be my stance.
I totally oppose going to AV because under AV, yes, our vote is expressed through preferences, second, third preferences, first preferences as well. So the numbers will look better, yes. However, we'll lose power. On the first past the post, we actually have the ability to deny the Tories 20 to 25 MPs. But AV Plus gives us 20 MPs. And I think it is winnable. Well, let's try. Let's try. I mean, I can tell you this, that just over a week ago, we persuaded a Tory MP that said he would only back first past the post to put down amendments. And he's doing it on AV Plus. Caroline Lucas I've been speaking to, the head of the Green Party, she may come in and support us as well. So let's not be so negative about this. This is our future. We get 20 MPs, we can be the next coalition, we can actually have real power in this country, and let's not let this opportunity slip past. Thank you.